welcome to Clint Inspire. And on this platform, we inspire the youth when it comes to the place of mindset and development in general. And today, we are privileged to meet one man who is well endowed when it comes to mental development and youth empowerment as well. He's going to help us with the introduction. And so let's stay glued to this conversation till the end. So say, can you help us with some introduction?
Sure. I am Pastor Daniel Osulabi, a Deeper Christian Life Ministry. And currently I'm a full-time asset of the church. But I've been in teaching fraternity for 20 years. And I'm glad I taught you.
Yes.
Yes.
He was my science teacher. And then English as well.
I'm glad that I taught you, and I'm happy that you are growing in all areas of life. That is a motivation. And you guys gave me a reason to do what I'm doing. A reason to do what I'm doing, and therefore, when we delve into issues, your matter will come in. Yeah. I'm married with 5 kids.
Oh.
Yeah, 5 kids. So that is the brief introduction I can give.
Yes, I remember way back in JHS where he grouped some people and I was part, and he told us that when you go to school, do general science. Some other people, and here we are today.
Yeah.
Yes. So say, when it comes to the place of career development, most of we the youth, sometimes we get the whole picture wrong. We end up, doing 1 or 2 things which isn't in line with what we are supposed to do on earth.
Yeah.
Do you think there is something that we have to know when it comes to career guidance?
Sure, Clinton, the issue has gotten to do with our system of schooling. Very porous. It doesn't make you think.
Okay.
It doesn't make you think. It is lately that I realized that I had lost a lot of things. There were some things I needed to have studied. Education is different from schooling.
Okay.
With schooling, you have a certain structure of what to learn, something called syllabus or curriculum, a certain teacher standing before you and telling you what to study. If you are not able to produce it, you are either reprimanded or, yes, you are handled in a wrong way. And therefore, it doesn't create the room for us to think. So creativity is dead, innovation is dead. And that is what we are lacking now. That is what we are lacking now. So the environment is so diversified that we have a lot of things God has deposited in us to bring out. Okay. And these things are called raw materials. And so these raw materials will go through a certain kind of education to be polished. To be polished. Just as you go for gold. Gold is a stone. Then it goes through some refinery, some processes. And then we call it real gold that you can use. It's very valuable, costly. But we have the raw material. But we are unable to, the process is faulty. Okay. And that is why we are limited. So back in those days when career guidance was given to us, it was like, if you read science, go enter this room, enter this cubicle, you become a doctor. Okay. You read science, enter this door. I did the same thing to you guys. Yes. Sorry for poisoning you. That was what we had. You enter, you become a nurse. But do you realize that a technical student can become a medical doctor? Okay. Yes, it all depends on building yourself and developing yourself. A scientist, a general science student can as well become a technician. You see, so we needed to have opened up the scope of learning and to be educated on the broad interface. Okay. To be able to find your niche, okay. And then you secure it, you develop yourself, and you become a great person for the land.
Well, sometimes when it comes to career guidance, we are one way or the other limited by the environment that we come from.
Sure.
Being it from our parents or people who are taking care of us.
Yeah.
How do we handle that? Should we go by their ways, or we should stick to what we genuinely want to do?
You see, it's a tough something. It's a tough question. Even if I should give an answer, it might not be workable. But I thank God for the enlightenment coming in these days. And so we are getting to know that it is not all about books. It is about your interest, your satisfaction. You see, when you are satisfied about something, I call it utility, internal motivation. It is easy to do it. You flow along with it. Now, I love talking. And so if I'm sleeping and you tap me and you tell me to go and do a presentation or design a training manual for this group of people, this is their problem. I can easily do it because the thing is inside of me. But if you tell me that I should go and do something on IT because it is fetching a lot, I don't have that kind of passion. So therefore, what we ought to do is that parents should look at their children. Normally, it's problematic. They should look at their children. You have 5 children, like I have. And so, with these 5 children, everyone, from that toddler stage, I need to be observing you and engaging you. What do you want to be in future? What they tell you today might be different from what they will tell you next year. Because the environment is turning them on. They are now growing cognitively and balancing. So I need to follow their passion and help them be the persons or the people they would want to be. And it's beautiful. You see, my car got spoiled along Kwamo Ejusu Road at where there's a technical secondary school there. And so there was a female teacher standing by and said, "Oh, sir, there's a man in this school, he can help you fix it." So I rushed in there and then I saw the students. I asked them and they said, "Oh, our teacher is here." So we went to the teacher, he came, helped me, we pushed the car there. And it was the students who did it, including the teacher. And you might think that he's just an ordinary mechanic, but he is a professional teacher and still automobile something. The amount of money he charged me, there was no rebate because he added professionalism. So if we allow our children to do what they are passionate about, they will become great in the system. And they will happily do it and get whatever they desire to get. It's not all about money, it's all about satisfaction. So parents who are like, my children, one is an engineer, one is a medical, so you will be,
have to be
like you need to toe in the lane. The lady is saying that I want to be a seamstress, fashion designer. What's your product? Fashion design is too low. You know how much people charge? People take contracts from US. People don't explore, so they don't know anything. So that is how our concept should be, to guide. And the guidance and counseling units in our schools should come in and support our children.
Looking at the youth today, we are indulging in a lot of things. Be it drug abuse, be it physical abuse, and
masturbation, pornography, and the rest.
And it looks like somehow, the youth that we are expecting some years to come, it's degrading gradually. Do you think there is something that can be done?
Yes, something can be done. But let's look at the cause. So we can't profess solutions without dealing with the cause. Our adults are the cause. Leadership is cause and effect. So if now I come from a background that evil cannot be tolerated, they will ship evil away from you. I come from a background that parents can call you and say, "What is your need? If we do something wrong, just alert us." I come from a background where daddy can say, "Even if it is left with my panties, I will sell it and take care of you." This is an environment of motivation. Now, even if you want to do something wrong, you think about your background. We have agents of change. The church is part, parents part, teachers are part, and those elderly ones around us. Is the change really coming? Clinton, a youth means that someone who is searching for self-identity. That's the meaning of a youth. So that is why, has it occurred to you some time ago while staying with your parents that you had wanted to be independent? Has it occurred to you before? you were finding identity, and you felt, no, if I am independent, I may find a certain identity, which was wrong. Which was wrong. You could be in your room and cry over nothing. You could be angry over nothing. You are finding identity. And then the agents of change are not bringing the transformation we need. The church, what is the church doing? Jumping here and there, picnic here and there and all that. Taking offering, fundraising, that is all. We are not strategically helping the younger ones to find identity. How they can stand in God, stand in society, and stand for the future. And that we are bleeding. And that is why we are seeing what we are seeing. And so we have children indoor. They don't go outside, they don't do it, but they are sleeping with their phones.
Okay.
They are messing up, taking a hold, just as you have said. So the solution is that agents of change must take up their responsibility.
What about I have my right mentality?
Good. Now, there is a school of thought called common sense.
Okay.
That we live on common sense. And that is all. And that is, I have my right. I have my body. I choose to use my body to do what I want to do. But it's wrong. Okay. Everything has a source. Fish, the source of fish is water. Because water provides nutrients and food for the fish. If I bring the fish out of the water, it dies automatically. The source of plants is the soil. If I bring it out, it dies. The source of man is God. Okay. If you pull yourself from God, even though you are alive, you are dead. And so that is where the place we need to come to. Okay. That there is a creator. He gave us what we have now. We need to connect to him. We need to connect to him and stop this my rights. This is common sense. There is a rule. Clinton, let me quickly say that the president is under the constitution. Okay. You cannot live without laws. Okay. So there is a law. There is a law affecting, there is a law speaking, there is a law wanting you to live a certain kind of life. You can't just live. Even God is under his word. He said, I've exalted my word far above my name. So he cannot do anything outside of his word. So we are under a certain law called divine law. And that excuse me to say, that's a mentality of common sense, my right, is a deadly disease. Now if it is your right, then you can urinate at anywhere. Because you have a right to your manhood. You can pee at anywhere, sit at anywhere, misbehave at anywhere, do whatever you want. I will be living in my house and you'll be painting it because it's your right to make the place beautiful. You see, so if we go with this negative constitution, then our tomorrow is bleak. Laws will no more work because everybody has his or her right.
So more or less like the responsibility now lies on authorities.
Yes.
For them to come in.
Exactly.
Now, is there anything that we the youth to have to do? Because from the onset of this conversation, they're talking about people who are supposed to steer certain affairs for us to look and then be changed.
Yes.
But is there a responsibility from us the youth as well?
Yes. There is.
Okay.
There's a huge responsibility. So the question I normally ask is that I know that smoking is wrong. It's common sense knowledge. Smoking is wrong. So if I smoke, what will be the effect? Okay. I'm destroying myself. Okay. Meanwhile, I was born for a purpose. So God told Jeremiah that before you were formed in the womb, I knew you. Before you were brought forth, I had ordained you a prophet unto the nations. So there is a purpose. Now I need to look at the purpose.
And how do we find it?
The agents of transformation, agents of change, they are supposed to mentor us to find it.
Okay.
You can't find a pathway by yourself without asking people the way.
Okay.
So they are supposed to mentor us to find it because we are confused. The roads are many, we don't know which one to pick. And so when they mentor us, we now come to our spirit sense that this is the way. This is the way. Okay. So the Bible says that in the multitude of counsel, there is safety. In the multitude of counsel, who are those who counsel us? These are the agents of change. Okay. But if we see our leaders messing up in the society, what is the positive impact they are making on our lives. If we see spiritual leaders messing up in church and outside of church, what is the impact? We learn it indirectly, and it's like the thing is a scam. The thing is, there is no seriousness attached to it. The Bible is a scam, and everything is a scam, and then we live on our own and we lose it. So the agents of change must come in to tailor us to a certain kind of pathway that we want to pick. Else, we will struggle, and at the end of the day, we will bleed. At the end of the day, an intelligent person like me, like you, become an armed robber out of frustration, and they will begin to attack those of us that we call ourselves leaders.
Let's look at education.
Okay.
You've worked in the educational sector for quite a number of years. Do you think, with how this educational system is treating we the youth now, there is hope? Or there is something that they are supposed to do that they are not? Because we graduate from school, and it looks like we have the certificate, but there is no job.
Yes.
There is nothing for us to, do with the certificate. As we were saying, you came across one teacher who is a mechanical, who works or who teaches in the technical school. And when it comes to the technicalities, as in how to use what he's teaching on the students, he has it. But look at our universities. Someone is offering mechanical engineering, but they don't even know how to even,
fix a boat,
and even not to talk about a car. Do you think there is hope for this educational system?
There is, and there is not.
Well, there is,
and there is not. There is not if we remain stereotyped. You know, we have a new educational system now.
Okay.
So there has been a change, workshops upon workshops.
Okay.
But you know the sad thing, the system, the new educational system came in before teachers were trained.
Okay.
I am the facilitator, and I need to be trained before the thing comes.
Okay.
But it came before teachers were trained. So as at now, we are confused as to what to teach and how to teach.
Okay.
Now, the educational system that has come, the new curriculum, enforces creativity and innovation. That is one of the concepts. Digitalization, globalization. Because if Clinton completes KNUST, you are supposed to be able to compete with the global world. The same standard. The mindset is good. It's fantastic. But where are the resources? When I was at GSS by then, we had a technical workshop attached to the GSS. External exams. External exams. You see, we do assessment. And that one, you ask questions. And everybody brings the ideas. And it is accepted. We don't have a wrong answer. Because what you think is a wrong answer, if the child should defend it, you see it to be right. So we have this. That is how the classrooms should be, to accept everyone, collaborative learning. The teacher is no more a teacher, but a facilitator. But at the end of the day, we spoil the soup with exams. So we all write for one question. So the one who failed, where does he go? Meanwhile, he's not a failure in life, but just that what was presented to him is not his area of success. So if we can change all these concepts and then adopt a kind of entrepreneurial system kind of education, where even though you are studying mechanical something, you said it was.
I studied geomatic engineering,
good,
surveying,
good. And there is 20% in the class, 80% on the field. 20% in the class, and there are facilities that you can explore. Explore. And it's not all about English. No, and all those things. We are talking about hands-on, so that even after school, if nobody employs you, you can create something at your corner, employ younger ones, and we move on. And the environment should be ready to absorb and to help young ones with wonderful proposals to do their own work. The environment is choked. Now private schools are collapsing. It's collapsing. So it's so choked, jacketed, like slavery. Oh, God should help us. So if all the professors and all the emeritus, if we don't forgo these titles and come low, they sit in Accra and do their survey in Accra, and they put the burden on all of us, those in the village, that this is the concept, we are all doing it. Now, if I become the minister for education. I'm not a politician, no. You know, I'll do segmentation.
Okay.
Look at regional balance and let the people go for what they think they can study. Do a research, SWOT analysis. Now, so the exams Ashanti region might be writing, or so and so, or whatever assessment they take is different from the eastern corridor. If we bring in something like that, and then we have a vision of, okay, now we need this number of entrepreneurs from this side, this number of so and so from this side, and then we make it so, and oh, I tell you, within 3, 4, 5, 6 years, we will know the number of people we are producing, and the environment is so ready to absorb them. They bring the ideas. How many project works are sitting in our educational sector? Project work, thesis, brains, they are now in the books. We only mark and give A, first class. First class, do we eat first class? Brains are in the books, sitting somewhere, and minds are chewing them. So if we can do these things. Something is happening, it's good, but we need to bring it to a broader scale to affect the interface. I saw some students who did this. They said that the north is difficult to get clean water. Okay. So they were able to manufacture a certain machine that can sieve the water and make it drinkable. Yes, and these were just 5 students who did it. They were all girls. Wow. And their teacher assisted them. Wow. Why can't we take this on a larger scale? Wow. And then we bring it low, and then people can patronize. Wow. This is what we need. This is what we need. Yes.
Dreamland to new land. I think this is one of Mr. Daniel Owusu-Labe's book.
Yes.